Don't chase happiness. Become antifragile. There was a time when I thought happiness meant always feeling good, avoiding pain, and chasing moments of joy. But I was wrong. Life has a way of teaching us lessons in the most unexpected ways. I once met an elderly man in his late 80s who had lived through war, loss, and hardship. Despite everything, he radiated a deep sense of peace and contentment. Curious, I asked him, "What is your secret to happiness?" He smiled and said, "Son, happiness is not about feeling good all the time. It's about learning to dance in the storm, not just enjoy the sunshine." That conversation changed my perspective. It made me realize that happiness is not the absence of pain, but the ability to grow from it. The myth of constant happiness. Too many people believe that to be happy, we must eliminate all forms of discomfort. But here's the truth. Only two kinds of people never experience painful emotions: psychopaths and the dead. For the rest of us, pain, sadness, and disappointment are part of the human experience. The problem is that modern society has conditioned us to think that any form of discomfort is bad. We are constantly bombarded with messages telling us to stay positive, think happy thoughts, and avoid negativity. But ignoring pain doesn't make it disappear. In fact, suppressing emotions can make them even more overwhelming in the long run. Instead of fearing discomfort, we should embrace it as a natural part of life. The key is learning how to use pain as a tool for growth. The power of antifragility. There is a concept introduced by Nassim Taleb called antifragility. Unlike resilience, which means bouncing back to our original state after stress, antifragility means we actually grow stronger from challenges. Think about our muscles. When we lift weights, we put stress on them. Initially, they break down, but in response, they rebuild stronger. That's antifragility in action. Our psychological state works the same way. When we face hardships and learn from them, we don't just recover, we evolve. This reminds me of a friend who lost his job unexpectedly. At first, he was devastated, but instead of letting it define him, he used the opportunity to start his own business. The result? He became more successful and fulfilled than ever before. What seemed like a disaster turned into his greatest blessing. This is the essence of antifragility, growing from adversity instead of being destroyed by it. The paradox of happiness. Now here's an interesting paradox. Research shows that people who chase happiness directly often end up feeling more miserable. The more you tell yourself, "I must be happy," the more you stress over why you're not. It's like staring at the sun. It's blinding. But if you break down sunlight into its colors, you get a beautiful rainbow. Happiness works the same way. Instead of chasing it directly, focus on the elements that create it. That's where the SPIRE model comes in. The SPIRE model for a fulfilling life. The SPIRE model is a framework that breaks happiness into 5 key elements: spiritual well-being, having a sense of purpose. When we wake up knowing our life has meaning, we are more resilient. Think of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who found meaning even in suffering. If you have a strong why, you can endure any how. Physical well-being. The body and mind are deeply connected. Chronic stress weakens us, not because stress itself is bad, but because we don't allow ourselves time to recover. Prioritize rest, movement, and nourishment. Intellectual well-being. Stay curious. Studies show that people who continuously learn, ask questions, and engage with the world live longer and happier lives. Read books, explore new ideas, and embrace lifelong learning. Relational well-being. The quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. Harvard's longest-running study on happiness found that strong relationships are the single biggest predictor of a fulfilling life. Invest in the people who matter. Emotional well-being. Accepting pain, but also cultivating joy. One of the most powerful emotions we can practice is gratitude. The Roman philosopher Cicero called gratitude the mother of all virtues. The more we appreciate what we have, the more we find to be grateful for. A lifelong journey. Happiness is not a destination. There is no point where you cross a finish line and suddenly have eternal bliss. It's a journey, one where we learn, grow, and become stronger through each experience. Not everything happens for the best, but we can learn to make the best of everything that happens. Life will challenge us. It will test us. But if we embrace antifragility, we won't just survive. We will thrive. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on how you handle adversity in your life. Are you merely enduring it, or are you using it as fuel for growth? The choice is yours. If you found value in this discussion, consider subscribing to the channel for more insights on personal growth, resilience, and well-being. Hit the like button if this video helped you, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. Remember, happiness isn't about avoiding pain. It's about growing through it. Stay strong, stay curious, and keep moving forward. See you in the next video.